Picture this. You're standing next to her, and she's just a few feet away. You can feel the electricity in the air, but you might not know exactly what's causing it. There's something about the way she's acting, her body language, the way her eyes flicker toward you every now and then, the slight gestures she makes that you can't quite pinpoint. What if you could decode these movements? What if you could understand exactly what her body is saying without her uttering a single word? The truth is, women's bodies communicate constantly. They send powerful signals, often much more direct than words can express. If you know what to look for, you can gain insights into her emotions and desires, whether she's consciously aware of them or not. In this video, we'll uncover the raw, subtle language of women's body movements, how her physical presence speaks volumes about what she's feeling and what she wants. When you learn to understand these cues, you can unlock deeper connections and become more confident in your interactions. Stick with me until the end, and by the time you're done watching, you'll be able to interpret these silent signals with precision. 1. Lip biting, the silent invitation. Let's start with one of the most powerful and subtle signs, a woman biting or licking her lips. It might seem like a simple gesture, but it's far from insignificant. Psychological studies have shown that lip biting is closely tied to sexual arousal and nervous excitement. This is not just a random act, it's a reflection of her subconscious thoughts. When a woman feels attraction, the blood flow to her lips increases, causing them to swell slightly. She bites them or runs her tongue across them as an instinctive way to release the tension caused by this surge of sexual energy. It's a way of soothing herself, but also sending a clear signal that she's thinking about intimacy. Imagine this: she bites her lips while you're talking, or when the two of you share a moment of eye contact. It's a silent invitation, an unspoken message that she's interested in something more. And here's the twist: it may not be a conscious decision on her part. It's her body's natural way of expressing desire without her needing to say a word. When you notice this, don't hesitate. It's a green light from her body telling you that she's thinking about you in a sexual way. The key is knowing when to act on it with confidence. 2. The power of touch, the unspoken signal. Touch is one of the most telling non-verbal cues a woman can give. In fact, research shows that women are more likely to express sexual interest through touch, even when they don't directly initiate a verbal intimacy. These small touches are not just physical, they're emotional signals, drawing you closer and creating a stronger bond. Women often use touch to subtly express their interest, whether it's a casual brush of their fingers against your hand, a soft stroke on your arm, or even a brief touch on your shoulder. These moments may seem small, but they're potent indicators that she's feeling a deeper connection and is open to the possibility of intimacy. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the hormone oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. When a woman is aroused, her body releases this hormone, which makes her crave physical closeness. The more oxytocin released, the more likely she is to reach out and touch you. The more daring and intentional her touch, the clearer her interest becomes. If she begins to touch you more frequently, whether it's lightly brushing against you or placing her hand on your lower back or thigh, she's testing the waters, gauging your response. Her body is subconsciously telling you that she's ready to take things further. 3. The hips, the ancient signal of desire. One of the most ancient and primal body language cues comes from a woman's hips. The way she moves when she's aroused can speak volumes. When a woman feels sexual attraction, her body instinctively adopts a more fluid, deliberate motion. Her hips sway more dramatically, and her posture becomes more inviting. This isn't accidental, it's a subconscious display meant to grab your attention. From an evolutionary standpoint, this hip sway is a sign of fertility and sexual availability, linked to ancient mating rituals, where women showcase their bodies to attract potential partners. When a woman is sexually charged, she becomes more aware of her body and how it's being perceived. She might sway her hips intentionally when she knows you're watching, almost as if she's inviting you to take a closer look. These movements are not random. They're calculated to draw your attention to her curves and her femininity. If you're tuned in, you'll notice that her walk becomes almost like a dance when she's aroused. Each step she takes is deliberate, showcasing her body in ways that attract you. Her hips sway, her back straightens, and every motion is meant to signal desire. 4. Eyes, the windows to her desire. A woman's eyes are one of the most revealing parts of her body when it comes to attraction. In fact, research shows that the eyes are one of the first places where signs of sexual interest manifest. When a woman is attracted to you, her pupils dilate involuntarily. This is a biological reaction tied to the brain's release of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. But that's just the beginning. When she locks eyes with you, especially when she holds your gaze a little longer than usual, it's a sign that she's thinking about you in a romantic or sexual way. If she avoids looking at your face and instead gazes at your lips, it's a clear indication that she's imagining what it would be like to kiss you. Her gaze may flicker between your eyes and your lips, or she might look you up and down. This isn't just curiosity, it's a visual exploration of her desire. And when she quickly glances away only to look back again, it shows she's consciously aware of the attraction but is unsure about how to act on it. 5. The neck, an extremely sensitive zone. The neck is one of the most sensual and vulnerable areas of the body, and when a woman touches or exposes it around you, it's often a subconscious sign of attraction. The neck is full of sensitive nerve endings, making it an erogenous zone, a place where sexual desire can be heightened. If you notice her tilting her head back, touching her neck, or gently rubbing it while talking to you, it's a physical way of opening herself up to you. These small gestures might seem innocent, but they often signal that she's willing to let her guard down and let you in. When a woman tilts her head to expose her neck, she's making herself vulnerable, and that vulnerability can be a very powerful sign of attraction. Her body is telling you, "I trust you," and it might even be an invitation for a kiss or a deeper connection. 6. Her breath, the subtle rhythm of desire. Another subtle yet telling sign of sexual arousal comes from her breath. Have you ever noticed her breath quicken when you're close to her, or when she's in a more intimate moment with you? This increased rate of breathing is a natural reaction to arousal, as her heart rate accelerates and her body prepares for more physical closeness. You might hear her breath become shallow or rapid when you move closer, and in some cases, she may even try to conceal it by breathing deeply. This physiological reaction is a clear sign that she's feeling something stronger than just a casual connection. Her body is telling you that she's excited, and the more you notice these signals, the better you'll understand what she wants. 7. The legs, the silent language of attraction. Legs are a subtle yet powerful part of a woman's body language. If you've ever noticed her crossing and uncrossing her legs or shifting her body to face you, it's likely a sign that she's interested. These movements aren't random. They are carefully timed actions that signal openness and attraction. When a woman crosses her legs towards you or places her legs in a position that draws attention to them, it's a sign that she's feeling an emotional or physical connection. She's not just sitting there casually, she's positioning herself in a way that makes it easier for you to notice her. Even the way she stands, with her legs slightly apart or shifted in your direction, can indicate that she's ready to engage with you on a deeper level. These movements, though subtle, are crucial in understanding her body's unspoken language of desire. 8. Playing with hair, a flirty gesture. Lastly, one of the classic signs of attraction is when a woman plays with her hair. Whether she's twirling it around her finger or running her fingers through it, this is a flirtatious gesture that says a lot more than she realizes. Playing with hair is an instinctual way of attracting attention, and it's often a signal that she's interested in you, but is unsure of how to express it directly. If you notice her doing this while you're talking, it could be her way of silently inviting you to get closer. It's a gesture that signifies a mix of nervousness, excitement, and sexual tension. Conclusion: mastering the art of body language. Understanding body language isn't just about reading physical cues. It's about understanding the emotions and desires behind those actions. Women might not.